One's a former NFL star turned esports coach.
But I was getting the stink eye from my wife. She's like, "What you doing?" I'm like, "Nothing."
And one's a dad who can't stop playing Rocket League.
These kids these days, they're like, blah, 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 blah. We're used to jump and run.
Together, they welcome you to Ahman Green's Gamers Lounge.
Welcome to Ahman Green's Gaming Lounge. I'm your host, Ahman Green. I'm rolling solo today. John had a little work conflict, which is all good. Happens every now and then. Oh, turn that off. You won't have to hear that twice. So how you everybody doing? I know it's been a long holiday weekend, Memorial Day weekend. Man, what, Thursday? Pretty much Memorial holiday weekend started. For Memorial Day, started pretty much on Thursday and just went. It was some good stuff. Wife came in town. We hung out. Met up with some friends on a Friday and had dinner. And Saturday, what did we do? We lounged at the house. What's up, JFK? Watched some movies, played some video games. We ended up playing this one game, I think, was it Sunday night? My wife bought it. I think she bought it for herself, actually, for us to play, which I'm all about. Is It Takes Two. It's dope. It's a fun game. So if you have your lady friend or boyfriend and y'all got the Switch or go get one, go play It Takes Two. It makes y'all work together. Simmer down some of them conversations like, hey, man, I do all this around the house. Why don't you chip in? Hey, now you got to do the same thing. So JFK says Heat in the finals. Everyone can make fun of. Yes, indeed. The Miami Heat, Jimmy Buckets, called a shot last year. If you remember when they lost in the Eastern Conference quarterfinals or finals or something, that he said they were going to get back here or something. It was sometime last year during the playoffs where when they lost, he said, we're coming back and we're going to do this, that, and the other. So he called the shot. What's up, Big B? And Jimmy Buckets and the Miami Heat are back in the NBA finals since COVID year, since the bubble year. That was the last time they had to play against the Lakers. And we know how that show went. We know how that movie went. The LeBron and Anthony Davis, AD, won the world championship then. But now it's the Heat, it's the Nuggets. So we're gonna get some spicy nuggets going on. You like that? What's up, Notorious Hawk versus Spawn and Stab Snowman? Oh, you either like slasher movies along with Snowman or something. I like that. So yeah, Heat are doing their thing, man. So like I said, we just hung out most of the weekend, just chilling, playing games, watching movies. We end up going to see, which I'm gonna talk, even though it's not in what's on stream, I am gonna talk about what we watched in the theaters, which was Little Mermaid at the end of the show. Even though it's in theaters, it's not on stream. It will be on stream. It'll be on Disney Plus sooner or later. But let me get moving, man. We got a full schedule of stuff to talk about. And see if I can squeeze this all into an hour. It's just myself solo, so it should be able to happen. But we got two heavy hitters, a quick hitting news bites. So let's get there first, and then we'll do this or that this week. So I'm going to get the quick hitting news bite set up. It's because there's some heavy stuff going on in the esports space that I like. And I like to see change happen. I'm a change agent. So seeing this was given to me by Notorious Afro. Thank you very much. And you could go over .esports.com to check out this quick hitting news bite. So right here, we got the LCS may have a walkout going on. So the title, as it reads there on .esports.com. Thank you. What is the LCS walkout and what does that mean? So I know this type of language. Giveaway. Oh, what are you talking about? Giveaway, a Big B. So you kind of distract me a little bit. Let me get to the story. What's up, average historian as well? So I know this language. Walkout, strikes. That comes from my world of the NFL or being a professional athlete. NFL, Major League Baseball, NBA, Olympic athletes. It happens. Lacrosse. I don't know about lacrosse. I know that just started, but the good and the bad of this. The good is I see you had giveaway time on screen. Oh, okay. I meant to put check-in. It must have been check-in. It was supposed to be this one here. Boom. It was supposed to be that. And I didn't even realize I was talking and socializing with you two, with everybody in the chat. So that's what it should have been check-in. So back to LCS walkout. So like I said, know this language, very familiar with it, because when you see walkout, another word for this is strike. It's where players and the organization that represents the player, which I was unaware until now. I kind of knew because it was an organized body of tournaments going on, so there had to be a players association. So the League of Legends, so the LCSPA is representing the players where they have some disgruntled players, organizations that are not happy with Riot, because Riot is trying to, I say in other words, put it bluntly, they're trying to pull the Debo card here. So if you know Debo from Friday with Craig and Smokey, Ice Cube's movie he wrote for Friday, you know what I'm talking about. So they trying to strong arm LCS organizations to play certain games under certain conditions that are not in agreement. I say in agreeable, not in agreement by the other org. So let's get into this. Let's delve into this. So a collective representing of overwhelming major of the League of Legends Championship Series, players will stand down from their commitments to the summer split that is tomorrow, June 1st. So going against Riot's decision to pull the plug on a mandatory requirement of teams to field a roster in the second division of the North American League. So their decision is essentially to unionize against the developer, which the developer has left the wider league community stunned. So while the LCS Player Association remains firm in its stance against participating in the LCS summer split, Riot has yet to budge, either throwing the upcoming season to where, in turmoil where it might not happen. So in those few lines there, that says a lot, because that means obviously we see the conflict. There's something that Riot has decided to do. And I believe going into this article, Riot did not contact the PA to say, hey, let's talk about this. This is something we want to do with the league. We want to change a few things. Instead of having that conversation directly with the LCSPA, they did not. They decided to do it on their own without, communicating this message to the PA for the LCSPA. So that's why we're having a potential walkout here. So what is the LCS walkout? As it reads here, LCS walkout is an orchestrated movement led by the LCS Players Association. The walkout was staged by the LCSPA following Riot's May 7th decision to scrap mandatory participation of LCS organizations in the North American Challengers League. So let's go over to here to see exactly what happened with the North American Challengers League. So Riot, all right, let me get back up here. I was reading this earlier. So Riot gives update on LCS import rules, implements major changes, and NA Challenger system. So this is what happened last month. So everybody kind of knows everything. So over last month, North American League of Legends community has been buzzing after a plethora of reports suggested that LCS organizations were trying to remove the requirement to field an NA Challengers League roster. So today, Riot Games finally gave an update on the situation, including some sweeping changes to the region's path to pro. So new cross-region competitions and a firm stance in the current LCS import rule. So in those two statements, the cross-region competitions, let me see. I'm going to scroll down here. So first, Riot confirmed the LCS organization is no longer required to fill the NACL roster starting on 2023 summer split to unlock more operational and financial flexibility. At first glance, as the article reads, this looks bad for the growth and support of the North American development scene, but fortunately, for any aspiring pros, some silver linings were also illuminated via some major changes. So with that being said, that means players that want to be pro, it's going to have it's going to be a different route. This might be a little tougher. And so for them, obviously that is unfair for the players, because now, as we know, esports is still a growing industry, even though it's making close to $1 billion a year now. But when you have a big decision change where you're making it even harder for the gamer or the pro gamer to try to become pro, because there's so many outlets where you could go against high competition to have quality coaching and then be able to play the games. That means playing if it's virtually or if it's in person in the LAN. And now you getting that you're getting that stripped away. And this is the type of decision that Riot needed to have a conversation with the LCSPA before going forward with it. So this is the changes and then that they're talking about. And then also the regional changes, which is down here. So it says, for example, there will be a true regulation and regional stuff coming up. So regulation and promotion system for the NACL. So if you know what regulation promotion is, so if you watch English Premier Soccer or any international soccer, so regulation for definition is when a team is at the bottom of the league and they have to win a certain amount of games to stay in that league. And if they don't, they get depromoted. Basically, they get promoted down into the lesser league in the country that they're playing in. So that means they cannot play in the English Premier League or other professional leagues around Europe or the world pretty much until they win a certain amount of games. Until that time, if you watch Ted Lasso, if you're a big international soccer fan, you know exactly what that means. But for people that do not, now you have an idea of regulation. And something I was talking about on my other podcast, that this would be a good idea for NFL teams or maybe Major League Baseball teams that are having a rough time at it. So no, they didn't tell them before they announced it. Yeah, they didn't tell them on Notorious. So this is where the problem comes in. So those are the kind of a defining of what is going on. Again, this is articles you can find on .esports.com. And so what is the walkout? Like I mentioned, it's a strike, but here I already went down that aisle there. So let's look at the list of demands that the LCSPA want, because they didn't have the knowledge communicated to them right away. So let's get down here to the actual demands that they want. So the 5 demands from Riot not communicating with them to now is this is what the 5 demands they put out there. So it says LCSPA made it demands clearly in the beginning. So the organization wants LCS to improve the North American competition ecosystem in a way that would benefit up and coming players and individuals already competing in the league. And so these demands were listed here about a week ago, May 23rd, before the walkout had been started or had been passed, or their vote had been passed to do the walkout. So here are the 5 demands. So institute a Valorant style promotion and regulation between the LCS and the NACL, which I've already defined. So that regulation promotion process will help have the better teams competing against each other. Riot to a revenue pool for player salaries per $300,000 per year for the NACL team per year per team. Allow the FCS organizations to partner with affiliates for cost sharing. And this is, so I'll get to all this. This is music to my ears, just so y'all know. Riot guarantees LCS minimum contracts for the following year for the 5 players who win the LCS summer finals each year. So that means more funding, more winnings for players, and institute a 3x5 roster continuity rule to provide players on release NACL rosters first priority in maintaining their slots in their upcoming NACL season, and if a majority continue to compete together. So I read all that. Now let's go put this in regular words. Basically, the players pay us, because for one, you're not talking to us, and this is not fair. So that's kind of one little line. When you read the line, Riot commit to a revenue pool of player salaries of $300,000 per NACL team per year. So that's going into a bargaining agreement, basically. So that line and then the 2 lines below that, actually the next 2 lines after that, they allow the LCS orgs to partner with affiliates for cost sharing. And then also Riot guarantees LCS minimum contracts for following year of the 5 players who will win the LCS summer finals each year. So those 3 lines right there are all basically CBA. And I know if you're a football fan, you know, or you're aware of what the CBA is. The CBA is a collective bargaining agreement. And I just explained this to a friend last week about what the CBA is and why this is important to be in esports. So here we go. The CBA, collective bargaining agreement, is basically where the organizing bodies of a league. So the organizing bodies are Riot and then the Players Association right now. And then all the sponsors, the donors, the people, the companies that put in money into the CBA for advertising. So when you're looking at my screen now, if this was an LCS, or when you watch an LCS competition, or you watch a Madden competition, you watch an Overwatch or Call of Duty, all the sponsorship commercials, the stingers, the transitions, you see Geico commercials, you see Red Bull, you see Sly, you see Adidas, Nike, whatever. All those companies are paying money to Riot, should be the Players Association, to play and advertise their logos, what their company is about, all that. They're selling their company through the league by advertising to us, the consumer, who the fans of the LCS, of Overwatch 2 League, of Call of Duty League, of Madden competitions, FIFA, NBA, the list goes on. So you get it. So that pool of money is collected. It's in the title, collective bargaining. So you collect all this money for advertising, and then you divvy it up for all the teams that are competing in the league. So whatever amount of teams it is, if it's 10, if it's 20 teams, they all get a fair cut to do all the demands that are listed in these five demands, actually 3 of the 5 demands. So giving that money so they could play their players $300K a year, giving them that money so they could have the affiliates cost sharing, giving them enough money to have the following 5 players who win the LCS finals each year. So that's where having a collective bargaining agreement not only is going to be great for Riot and the LCSPA, but other developers need to get on this right now, because if not, there's going to be player walkouts in the Overwatch League, Call of Duty League, Madden, whatever. There's a developer who is controlling everything about when the games are played, what platforms they're on, how much the players get paid. If they're going to have a game that's going to continue to grow with popularity, fandom, selling copies of the game, the developers have to think about this. Because if not, we as consumers, we could say, you know what, we're not going to play Madden this year. So even though it's not really there is a Madden Pro League circuit, but just say if we all stop buying Madden when it came out, or say we all stop buying Call of Duty when it came out. Let's say we all stop buying Overwatch 2 when it came out. So stop buying games will cause a problem to that ecosystem for the developer, because the developer is trying to say to us, we control everything, so we're going to run these tournaments like we want to. Riot was trying to do this without talking to the LCSPA, and now it's not a repercussion, it's just cause and effect. You do one thing, something's going to happen. So Riot did not communicate to the LCSPA, and then the LCSPA said, you can't do that. And by the way, now we got a list of demands because we want everything to be fair for our players, for us as organizers, in terms of CEOs, founders of these esports orgs, to make sure everybody is happy. Because at the end of the day, you want a win-win. And of course, developers don't want to hear this stuff. They want to hear more about what's going on in their pocket instead of having to share stuff. But this is how the NFL is living right now. This is how the NBA is living right now. Major League Baseball. This is how the NHL. This is how all the 4 American professional leagues are living. So gaming companies, developers, Riot, Activision, Epic, EA, better take note. This is something you must consider doing. Talking with the players' associations, if they are established in said games, have this conversation. It's just like me being hired at the job I'm doing. I'm the director of esports. The club team has been around forever before I got here. So I'm not coming in and saying, hey, I'm going to do it like this and that. No, I got to come in and ask the players, hey, what do y'all need help? What do y'all want? How we're going to run this program? It's on you. I'm just here to make sure that your demands get heard. And that's what the PA is doing for the players of the LCS. So hope you understand it. Because I got other stuff to talk about, other good, big stuff, fun stuff now. But hope you understand that. If you want to read more, there's a lot of different clicks and links you could, click in this article like here. And up top and down below. So that kind of gives you a jump on it. So go to .esports.com if you want to finish reading this article. This is a big moment in history of the esports industry. Mark my words, because I've been talking about this for at least 4 or 5 months since I got in Nebraska about organizations, developers sitting down having a conversation about CBA, collective bargaining agreement. And this is now the first flag. I won't say red flag. I say more of a white flag. Of they're putting it out there and saying, hey, we better work together. If not, the players who have fun, who have passion about games like this will not be able to play because there is a disagreement. There is something that's not being fair that would protect them. So now there's somebody stepping up to do that. It's the LCSPA. So we'll see how this goes. Keep track of this as well. And now let's get on to some fun, cool stuff here on the Gamers Lounge. Let me pop out of here for a second. Let me go. Boom. And we got, oops, loop that. Well, it's not, I don't have to loop it. It's like an hour long. So we got PlayStation Showcase. Woo. It started last week. It came on last Wednesday at 4, right after our show. It started. So let me get to the video. Stop that. Hold up. Let me go. Where is the? Let me see. Where do I have the? Oh, let me go here. Oh, I know I'm making all type of sound effects right now. Nope. Where was the website I go to? All right, here. Trying to get to PlayStation. Showcase game list. There we go. Where everything announced there. So I'm gonna let this video run now. Oh, it's not. So we got the PlayStation Showcase going on. As the video plays, I'm gonna keep talking. So PlayStation Showcase was last week, Wednesday. So a week ago from today, games like Spider-Man 2
seems like
looks great. Has Kraven the Hunter in it. What game is this?
Too much money and too much power is held by just a few people.
Trying to think, what game is this? A PlayStation game?
Worse.
I better hope it is. We got this is Metal Gear Solid, I believe. Snake Eater remake announced as well on PlayStation Showcase 2023. They also announced the dedicated game streaming device. So Sony announced a code name Project Q that will allow players to stream any game from their PlayStation 5 console using a remote play over Wi-Fi. It has an 8-inch 8-inch HD screen, and all buttons are featured DualSense controller. No release date on that yet. So given the new hardware, Sony has also revealed the first official PlayStation earbuds. What game is this? Let's see if I can find what game this is. Also, Assassin's Creed Mirage gets an October release date on this. So October 12th is when that game is coming out on all platforms, including obviously PlayStation 5. Alan Wake. Oh, so there it is. Fair game right there. Looks like a high stakes money bet shooter going on there. Looks fun. I know they have a game coming up that's similar to Splatoon on Nintendo Switch here. So there's, as the video run, it's gonna run through all the different games, not in no particular order, so bear with me there. But Alan Wake coming out October 17th. So if you played part 1, part 2 is coming out.
I'm Jim Ryan, President and CEO of Sony Interactive.
All right, so let's get to the games, Jim. I'm sorry. Destiny 2, Final Fantasy, I think that's X14. Don't mark my words on that. Or mark my Roman numeral counting. But Final Fantasy 14, I think, if that's correct. June 22nd, so here in about a month. Dragon's Dogma 2 gets a new trailer. And this is the Metal Gear I was telling you about. Oh, no, it's not. It's Blood Will Run. Ghost Runner. That's Ghost Runner. right there. Bungie announces their new game, Marathon. Is it new Marathon or Marathon? It's a Marathon. All right, it's a first-person shooter. Bungie really released back on the Mac back in 1992. And then making this a pretty deep cut for Bungie to return to. The game isn't direct sequel to the originals, but Bungie says it is. It says it belongs to the same universe as the first original Marathon. And then the game I'm gonna talk about in game releases, Street Fighter 6. And I saw this game earlier that's playing on the screen right now. Let me see if I can find it. The name of this. This is Phantom Blade Zero in a new hack and slash RPG. So Phantom Blade Zero revealed last week a new hack and slash of Phantom World, a place where Chinese Kung Fu, steampunk, and more converge. They all merge together. The game will feature fast-paced sword combat taking place in a bleak, punishing, semi-open world. The game does not yet have a release date or a release window at that time. And that last game was Ghost Runner as well. That would be coming out sometime here in the remaining of 2023. But you got Phantom Blade Zero right here. Just some bad ass samurai fighting going on there. You know, it don't get any better than that. These graphics look amazing. PlayStation. I mean, even though this is PlayStation Showcase, a lot of these games will be on Xbox as well and on PC. You just gotta look it up. But this is obviously something for PlayStation exclusive showcase here they can advertise. And it looks like a fun game here. If you like any samurai sword fighting games, this is the game for you right here. So we got a long list of games here. I know it's Arrowhead's Helldivers. That looks interesting. So it's the sequel of 2015 Helldivers, the co-op action shooter from Arrowhead Game Studios. The sequel appears to maintain much of the satirical, dystopian elements of the original. As the trailer kicked off with a comedic television advertisement, 15 gameplay was shown, and fanatic third-person shooting in tons of different biomes. The game is coming to PlayStation and PC later this year as well. So that is Phantom Blade Zero. Just wrapping up here. Some badass shots here. Here, I'm trying to say.
Kill him with time.
Let me see. I'm gonna pause this. I'm gonna jump out of this real quick, and I'm gonna get some of these other videos so you can see the games that I'm talking about over here. Little edit for the game for the podcast here. Here we go. All right, now we got some stuff here. We could play the video now. All right, so Ghost Runner. That's the one I already played. Here is the Divers one. Is that the Divers? Is that a video? Oh, no videos, just images. Check that out. The video was pretty good. It played on the last one. Oh, went too far back. Let's get down here. Let's get down. So here is the Spider-Man. Tell me, is it Spider-Man? Let's get the device up. Let's do that.
Everything is more connected.
Oh, Disney commercial.
This is personal.
I can't wait this to come out. We can talk about that on one so stream.
I'm in.
All right.
Later this year, we will launch a dedicated
that is
device
loud.
that enables you to stream any PS5 console using remote play or the Wi-Fi.
So there it
Formerly known as
is.
Project Q. It has an 8-inch
Like I mentioned, Project
HD
Q.
screen and all of the buttons
So-
and features of the DualSense wireless controller.
PlayStation actual controller sense there. I like that.
We
That's a
look
quick
forward to
video.
sharing more information in the near future. I'm also pleased to reveal our first ever.
And then here are the earbuds that I mentioned
Bring next generation audio immersion
that are going on there.
PS5.
So is any Bluetooth
They simultaneously
device, so your cell
smartphones
phone
via
along
Bluetooth.
with your
New
PlayStation.
wireless technology will deliver
You sync
lossless
them up,
audio with low latency,
so you can
giving
play
you
that along with the
outstanding sound
handheld,
quality
which
while
is
you're
good
playing.
on the road.
Look out for more details soon.
Sorry, more detail soon, as the man says there. So let's get to some other stuff here. What else here? We had down the line. I wish that Spider-Man video would play here. Well, here's a game I know y'all enjoy. Yes, I'm over.
Everything
17.
is more connected
Another
than you think.
commercial. Soon as commercial over, I get to this fun game that I'm gonna move on. But you got to go to IGN.com for the PlayStation Showcase from last week. So here you go, one of my favorite Assassin's games of all time. Assassin's Creed Mirage. Graphics look good. The idea of
Welcome, Hidden One.
what was his name? Ubisoft is back doing this thing. I've played majority of the Assassin's Creeds and always love them because obviously you're trying to be inconspicuous. You're trying to blend in with the surrounding environment and to get the job done, assassinating people that you must. And this game is coming out later this year, and I'm so excited about it. Graphics look outstanding.
We need to find a way to get you inside without being seen. You could bribe the guards to look the other way.
So there
I
you
shall
go.
see what flavor best suits me.
So it's a smaller in scope Assassin's Creed Messiah. So coming out October 12th on Xbox on all platforms, and Amazon Luna. PlayStation revealed a new feature called the Assassin's Focus, which lets you mark this assassinated several targets in a row. So if you love this game, the Assassin's Creed, like I do, I'm super excited about this. I'm still playing Odyssey. Have not completed that yet, but soon will. And then I'll move on to this one too after I finish off Jedi Survivor and Ragnarok. If you have so many RPGs games to complete like me, raise your hand.
We will
All right.
be watching.
What's up, BR Facial? What's Enrique? Mac, how you doing? Esports will have a union. It has it's protecting player association within certain leagues already, Matt. I just saw your question here. I've been doing my job here since I pre-order that game really soon for Assassin's Creed. All of this Mirage there. So let's click out of here. All right, so let me get to some of the chat here. Some of the chatter here. So we have Mac. Yes, there's it's Players Association for the League of Legends Championship Series, Valorant. I believe Overwatch 2.
Everything is more connected than you think.
Quiet. I'll stop that down. There we go. Quiet. Got people. So yeah, that is coming for some leagues, and they're already existing right now as you go back and read about what's going on with the LCS. So check that out. BR Facial. What's up, man? I didn't even finish Valhalla 2. Hey, I still got Valhalla in plastic. JFK, man. So man, this is the RPGs is tallying up right behind me, man. I got so many games. So let's get over to this or that since we had them heavy hitter quick hit news bites. Watch the show again so you get more information. I think it was .esports.com and IGN for the PlayStation Showcase. Everything that was announced on that, you could go there and check everything out. But right now, we're going to get into this. I only have so many fingers and hands and what to do. Get that up. Get that up. And now this
or that.
Alrighty. I know some of y'all, this is your favorite part of the show. And now we're about to get into it. First one, this or that. We all done this, especially if you live solo. But if you're in a relationship, married, this always comes up. This is the topic of discussion. Laundry or dishes? Which one you like to do? Which one you don't like to do? I say for either one, you better learn. You better get used to doing these. I say the one I say requires the less work. Depends on the day. And obviously, if you have a whole bunch of people over, doing the dishes sucks. Like Thanksgiving, Christmas, dinner. If you have it at your house, then you're gonna get it in. But washing clothes, it's kind of it's black and white. You dirty clothes, throw them in the washer. Just make sure you read the label. I don't know if y'all read the labels on the clothes that you put in the washer. I do, to make sure things don't come out smaller or color fade everywhere. Wash your colors together. Separate that. Whites over here, greens over there, blues there. You don't want that stuff to run off, especially when you have new stuff, new clothes that you just bought. So I'm gonna go. I don't mind doing either. I do both. I'm a rare breed. I do both. I would say probably favorite is dishes. I'm gonna go dishes. JF is laundry. Hog versus Spawn says, wife does the dishes, I do the laundry. That's the even trade I'm talking about right there. Our rule in our home is if you cook dinner, which majority of the time my wife cooks dinner, you wash dishes and put everything away. Boom. I do that. I'm not perfect. I'm not saying I do it every time. Kind of slips my brain because I go downstairs and start playing video games. But I would say 80% of the time, which is dishes get done if I didn't cook dinner. If you don't cook dinner, that means anybody. If you cook dinner, you do not put away the dishes or wash the dishes. You go relax. Everybody else that ate the food, go wash dishes. So that's the rule in our home. But for me, my favorite thing is to do the dishes anyway. I love doing the dishes. Second favorite thing is to do the laundry and then vacuum in terms of house cleaning jobs over there. So dishes for Enrique says, because I don't have to fold and put them away in chores or hang them up. That is one thing. You and my wife got something in common, Enrique. She will wash, she will fold, she will not put away. I'm like, just finish the job. It's the part of the deal. If you laundry, you start the laundry. The whole thing is to fold, separate, fold, and then put them back in the closet wherever they came from. What's the hard part about that? We've had that conversation several times. We're gonna have that conversation again after today's show. Hawk versus Sound said, I put the dishes away in the morning, but I'll avoid the dirty ones. That's an interesting one. Can't avoid it though. Oh yeah, what was it? Mike Taggart, you lost in 1996. You lost 19. You got to play Pat Tillman. Do you have any Pat Tillman stories? I'll tell you at the end. Mike Tackett, I've been seeing now your message pop up now. I'll get to that at the end of today's show. All right. Hog versus Sound says, wife does it. Hey, that's perfect. Perfect alignment. The Bear fan, what's up, man? How you doing? All right, here. Got everything ready to ship I got Bear fan, Speedy Misha, and I got a special gift for somebody. I don't want to give it away. Hog versus Spawn, all dogs are helpful with dishes, but laundry. Also dogs. You must train your dogs to help you do the dishes. What about wife versus husband driving? Wife versus husband driving. Oh my God. Hey, I know I'm the less stressed driver between me and my wife. She gets totally stressed out driving. That's what I'll say to that. They lick the plate clean. You gotta wash it then again, Bear fan or Bear fan. Yeah, if he does, the dog cleans it by licking it. That means you gotta wash it because they got germs, even though they got so many. Just gotta wash it again, Bear fan. All right, next question here on Ahman Green's Gamers Lounge. Attend a party or host a party. We're kind of just already in that neighborhood. So attending a party, way better, way easier. I'll drive to the party too. I'll make sure I'm the responsible one. I'm usually a responsible one. Me and my wife, we talk prior, like how much we're going to drink so we can, be responsible on driving back. That's the biggest thing. I'll hosting a party, which I've done, but in this situation, attend the party is way easier. Here, I like the hosting parties too, especially if it's a fun, like a Halloween party. We've done a few Halloween parties over the last several years. Big fun. 4th of July, Thanksgiving, people over, friends over, which, Thanksgiving dinner becomes a party anyway. So the Bear fan says, I have to drive. I love when she drives, but hate how she drives. Oh, man. That is a good one. A 10 for Big B. Of course, attending a party is so much funner. You could go all out. You can have a good time. Hog versus Fine says, I like to control the narrative. I say host. Oh, okay. He wants to get a little control. I hear that. JFK says, attend the party. I just want to be responsible for myself. Yes. Uber. We have Uber. We have Lyft. We have so many things for us to continue to be responsible. All right. Next item on the list. This is a fun one. Hope if any of y'all have seen Dungeons and Dragons, you'll like this one here. Here we go. Dragons or unicorns. I know I've seen some TV series, cartoon TV series, where there are some badass unicorns. Or I saw a movie where a unicorn basically impaled somebody on the unicorn part on the horn. I was like, God, dog, that unicorn's gangster. But the dragons, I think, will still dominate over unicorns, even though unicorns are a special breed. They're a unicorn, as you say. JFK says, oh, I got that one. And then he says, what? But you may want to ask soap or no soap in the shower. Things Hey, I might put that in the Discord. JFK, shoot, the bear fan. Attend, no cleanup. But if it's a food party, it is all me. I have to put the meat on fire. Yeah, you grilling. I know. You that grill master right there. So JFK says dragons because they're real. Ha! I'm with you. Dragons do exist in the world that we live in. I believe in dragons. I believe in unicorns too. But I'm dragon. I'm with JFK. I'm dragons here. Enrique says, oh, wait a minute. Hawk vs. Spawn says there was a Tom Cruise movie way long time ago with a unicorn and a devil. Legend. That was called Legend. Yes, that was like early 80s. That's before he had hit that one movie where he's sliding across the living room in his underwear. I can't think of the name right now. But before that movie, he did Legend, which I watched religiously as a kid. Enrique says dragons all day. Flight, fire, hoarding gold. Sounds perfect. I love it. I love the answer there. Yeah, Legend, Hawk vs. Spawn. Legend. That was a great movie. Good, like satire movie from the fantasy to dragons to, I mean, they had the devil. They had the devil from Hades in that joint. That devil was like, that was the best devil I had ever seen in a movie. I probably my whole life. Because I've seen horror movies. The devil is all, he's gonna have the sharp teeth. But from a looking of what you picture of what the devil looks like, that devil in that movie Legend, epic. That's the best. Dragon Slayer. The devil meets the devil was sweet. Yep. And the best dragon movie. And why is it Reign of Fire? Oh, with Matthew McConaughey. Oh man, best dragon movie. Reign of Fire was good. Willow had a dragon, didn't it? The original Willow? I'm not sure. Lord of the Rings had a dragon. It's Lord of the Rings. Harry Potter had a dragon. So, all right. The age-old question. I haven't asked this question. I've asked this question before. I'll say this, but I haven't asked it in a long time. And it's always fun. They said Matthew got yoked in the movie. Yeah, he did. He got jacked up. But this next question for this or that is the age-old question and the great debate of things, of having a conversation among people among friends and family. Toilet paper, over or under? I don't care. I didn't even know this was a conversation until 5 years ago or a debate topic. I don't give a HE double hockey stick which way. As long as there is toilet paper there, I don't care. So what's y'all picks? Y'all know where I'm staying. What are we talking about? Eggs and bangs and no mullet. What is it? No mullet for TP. I love that answer, Bear fan. No mullet. He pulled out the mullet. I don't care. Like, I didn't even know this was a thing. Like, I got a friend back in Green Bay. Like, he is like bougie about it. He's like, it has to be, I think it was over, not under. He said, I wouldn't even wipe my butt when it's under. If it's under, I'm not wiping my butt. I said, what? I'm like, is that serious? Over because it doesn't end up on the floor as easily. Okay, now I respect that logical answer, Big B. Good job. you help me with some things in my head that I've heard about over under conversations. I don't care. As long as there's toilet paper there. 3-ply. That's what I'll debate is the thickness of the TP. Because you go to some restaurants or airports have the worst. You got to 3-ply that thing yourself. If you go to an airport bathroom or you go to some restaurants, you got to do that thing yourself. 3-ply that thing. It ain't happening. Because if you get that 1-ply, you're going to get, fingers get moist and you got to wash your hands, what you got to do anyway. But still, it's like, ugh. Over because it does. Oh, I got that one. It says, I go over. We had a cat that would unroll the entire roll, but only if it was over. Oh, that sucks. I know you're talking about Hulk versus Spawn. I was under for a while, but changed. Why'd you change, Big B? I got to know. Give me at least 3 feet of that roll. It don't matter. I love it. Oh, man, I love it, JFK. TMI? No, this is hey, we all friends here. This is the Gamers Lounge. We are all friends. All right, last one is a fun one for your shooter aficionados out there like myself. In a first-person shooter, APS or hipfire. And ADS, obviously, if you don't know, it's aim down sights like Call of Duty, Valorant, hipfire, Halo, Overwatch 2 on some of the characters. Some of the characters are ADS, some are hipfire. So what's your pick? I know for me, I first was introduced to hipfire. So Halo was that first person shooter, kind of hipfire. So I didn't have to go from my sights to just and I found out the difference. And this is the only thing that kept me from playing Call of Duty sooner was the ADS. The ADS, I was obviously my reaction with ADS to trying to shoot somebody was slower. So obviously I didn't like dying so much. That's when I couldn't get over the fact. I could get over it now, so I don't care. It took me a while, but I did not play Call of Duty because of the ADS. But now obviously I coach it and I got to play it. So now I got over it. I got off that anxiety of I'm gonna die because that 1/2 a second of when you have the ADS into sights to nail your target, boom. So JFK, or we got Big B says depends on the weapon. Hip fire with a shotgun. Yep, 80 is rifles, and then JFK ADS. So I'll say where I got started was hip fire, but I'm both now. I'm both hip fire ADS. All right, we're out of that conversation here. Let's get on to. We already talked about some of the games already because they were on the PlayStation Showcase. But now let me get set up for game releases here. Game release of the week here. Game releases.
Release the games. It's time for the game releases. Game releases.
Game releases here. So we got my fun game. Man, I've been wanting. I said this has been a lifelong game to get good at this game. And this is the one I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get good at Fighter 6. I can't wait till it comes out with Saturday. Oh, sorry. Friday. You can do a few things on this game. You can create your own character to fight the original Street Fighter characters that have been around for 35, 40 years. So that's the dope part about this game. So as they say in the caption, stories don't write themselves, legends do. Step up in the world tour with your own avatar to meet the legendary characters who will inspire your journey in finding the meaning of true strength. So Street Fighter 6 is out on all platforms. PlayStation 5, 4. This Friday, a new era is about to begin.
I'm not nearly
so
to chase after a monster.
You have, I think that is the game changer for me in this game. You can fight against Ryo, Ken, Gully, or Guile, Chun-Li. You can create your own character. The question is, what character will you model yourself after, or will you just go totally original in this game? This is a classic fighter. When you talk about fighter games, this is probably the first game you should mention. It's Street Fighter, then Tekken, and Super Smash Brothers. Not in that order. Just saying they're gonna be mentioned one or two.
It's not like a game.
You can upload.
This journey doesn't have a real.
What you say here, Bear Fan? You can upload anime of yourself to make your character look like you. That would be dope. Yes, you can do that. So pre-order now. I already did the alpha and the beta was on PlayStation 5, so it was pretty dope. But that game, I've been trying to get good at that game for a lifetime. Swear to God. When that game came out in the mid '80s, arcade style, I was getting my butt kicked. And now I'm 46 years old. I'm about to kick some butt. It's a Street Fighter stick. It took 35 years to get good at a game. But no, it wasn't that. You know why I didn't know? I didn't get good at it because I wasn't understanding the mechanics of how you initiate combos and hits sometimes. And I didn't know, the half circle thing was throwing me off. I was like, oh, that's what it was. Because I looked at the screen, I read the instructions finally. I was like, oh, it's half circles, front, going forward, going backwards to hit certain combinations. Duh. See what happens? Read the instructions. Do the tutorial. That'll help. Dory Friend says, arcade style. Wife would claim skill when all she would do is smash buttons. Hey, we all got that. Hey, I've trust me. I know I've claimed that I got. I know what I'm doing. I'm just multi-button mashing together. I'm a master at that. Who's not a master at button mashing? If you're not a gamer, I mean, you are a gamer if you know how to button mash, and it's not hard. You just literally press all the buttons with your thumb and whatever other fingers you have on a controller or on the arcade front panel or whatever you're doing. All right, next game on the list. This game, man, they've been talking about this game forever, man. It's finally coming out. Actually, what is this? This is the early access. So 4 days before the game officially comes out. And it's a fun game here. This is Diablo 4. Lilith draws near, and Sanctuary will never be the same. All hell literally breaks out. The actual game comes out next week, but this is the early access. So you pre-order it. Diablo 4 Ultimate Edition. You could pre-order it now up to 4 days earlier. That means on Friday you can start playing this game. And I've been seeing people playing the beta on stream. I was at a friend's house in Virginia watching his brother play it. I've never played Diablo. This might be a game. I think Bear Fan, you play this game. This might be a game. This has a nice little storyline that comes to it. I might have to get down and get this game downloaded. This looks so fun. It looks so fun. You got the devil. You got the hordes of armies. That reminds me of what I need to pre-order this. You're welcome, Hawk vs. Spawn. Bear Fan says, people in my guild are going crazy over it. Yes. This game has been around for like 20-something years and more, hasn't it? Bear Fan, let me know. Yeah, the beta was out for a long time. I saw people playing it on stream here on Twitch and on YouTube. Yep. So this is out pre-order. If you pre-ordered it, that means you about to play this game, I think, on Friday or Thursday, 4 days before launch. I hope you have some fun. I haven't pre-ordered it. I need to just order it now. There you go. You get the early access update for this game, and you can have some fun with this. Go do it. That is it for game releases there. We're sitting on 5 minutes, and I'm about to hit into our what's on stream. And just so you know, early access. They haven't found nothing else to watch on stream, so I've been kind of dibble-dabbling into the movie theaters. Me and my wife went to go see the movie Little Mermaid. It was pretty good. It was pretty darn good. I have no qualms about Little Mermaid. It was good. Let me take that down. Get the movie up here. So everybody knows this story. If you don't know this story, you're probably like 10 years old. So that's why. That's okay. So the Little Mermaid, the beloved Ariel, story of Ariel, a beautiful, spirited young mermaid with a thirst for adventure here. The youngest of King Triton's daughters and the most defiant of the 7. Ariel longs to find out more about the world beyond the sea, and while visiting the surface, falls for the dashing Prince Eric. While mermaids are forbidden to interact with humans, Ariel must follow her heart. She makes a deal with the evil sea witch, Ursula, which gives her a chance to experience life on land, but she places her life and her father's crown in jeopardy. So the stars, where everybody, including myself, definitely confused. It's Halle Bailey plays Ariel. She also co-starred in Grownish. Jonah Howard King from A Dog's Life plays Prince Eric. And David Diggs from Hamilton is the voice of Sebastian. Aquafina, the famous comedian, been in Shang-Chi as well, is the voice of Scudder. And then Jacob Tremblay is the voice of Flounder. And so Melissa McCarthy plays, I say, Halle Bailey, Melissa McCarthy, Jonah, and Javier Bardem, all outstanding representations of the reimagined, now live action movie of Little Mermaid. If you are into song and dance movies, this is your song and dance that's will start the summer off for you. Check it out. It's in theaters now. It will eventually be on Disney Plus, so it will be what's on stream as well. So if you have time this weekend, we did. We went and saw this movie, and it's fantastic. It's funny. It's heartfelt. It's all the stuff that Disney movies are made for. Because I've been a Disney kid for life. So it's King Atlas. I don't know who King Atlas is. I know King. His name is King Triton. His name is King Triton. I know that. King Atlas, I don't know. But Halle Bailey plays Ariel. Jonah Howard King plays Eric. Melissa McCarthy plays a spot-on Ursula. And Javier Bardem plays King Triton. So I'll let that. So go see it. If you got kids, take them out to see this movie. I think it's summertime in most states. I know we're on summer break in terms of the university level. High schools, I think all the high schools in Nebraska, I think on summer break now. Last week was their final week of school. So you have movie time. Go spend this time with the family. Check out the movies. Stuff like it is some still good stuff on stream. I know Prime, Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus. We try to watch some horror movie. I might bring up next week. I gotta find another one before I have to settle for this one. If y'all want to watch it, please watch it. Then we could talk about it next week. It's called 1922. I believe it's on Netflix, and it's a Stephen King movie written from his novel. Just tell me what you think of it. We could talk about it in the Discord. We could talk about it on next week's stream, which next week's stream. Yeah, next week's stream. We could talk about that. So hope everyone had a fantastic time here in the Gamers Lounge. We are at the end of the show. So you already know where I'm at on Twitch and YouTube, Ahman Green TV and Ahman Green's Gamers Lounge. So you can also find me on Ahman Green 30, as you see right. Oh, wrong. Let me do this. I'm going to do this. Right there. Right there. Ahman Green's Gamers Lounge on Instagram and Twitter. Ahman Green's Gamers Lounge on TikTok. And then also, I haven't mentioned it a whole lot, but I need to mention it more. I'm a part of Team Excluded. I'm a part of their content creator or streamer roster. Shout out to my man Below Average Q, who's doing the golf thing now. You got to watch his golf videos. So Below Average Q, check out his golf thing too. And I'm also a part of Nebraska Esports, director and head coach, getting the team ready, getting the squad ready for the fall. We're starting a new show this Saturday. The players are going to have their own thing called Big Red Esports here on Saturday. It's going to be on here. It's going to be on YouTube. It's going to be on Twitch as well. And what else is going? I mean, we got a lot of good stuff going. What else? Another UEL season is going. We're about halfway through the season. I think the championships are in August. out there in Fredericksburg, Virginia. Shout out to Titus Walker and crew. Doc, what's up? Also, as you see up here in that corner there, CTRL, and also got Sly coming in. I'm gonna get all the Sly markings up. You saw me make a post over Memorial Day weekend. Get that Sly drink. It's that good stuff for you. Let you be a nice, mellow, chill, healthy gamer. If you're in the healthy gamer life, raise your hand. I know I am. Download that Fit Gamer app as well. Fit Gamer is getting me and my team players into shape. Everybody check out the Fit Gamer app, especially if you're a part of an esports org. Please check it out. And do that. And then my man John will be back next week. And we will be having some big changes coming here to the Gamers Lounge here in the next few weeks. Big surprises, some big changes. Gotta let the team know what's going down. The team of John and Notorious Afro. Gotta let them know. We're gonna be talking today. Let her know some things. All right, y'all. So enjoy the rest of your hump day, Wednesday, last day of May. And hopefully LCS goes down. If not, that means the players didn't get their demands met and will not be a LCS summer split going on tomorrow. So we all shall see and wait and find out. So everyone have a good rest of your day. Peace out. Holla at your boy. Save that chat. I'm saying all these little clothes. Just shut the show off, man. Just stop talking.